Chris Thompson with ilovetocreate.com, and today we're going to be working on some basic tie-dye techniques. And you can find any of these tie-dye boxes from Tulip at your favorite craft store, or you can always find them online at ilovetocreate.com. So let's get started. Today we're going to start off with the Bullfight Technique, which looks just like this, and it's super easy. All you're going to do is take a basic white t-shirt. Now remember to always wash your shirts because you want to get rid of any sizing that might be in there. Put on your gloves. Always remember to put on your gloves. Now these will come in your tie-dye packaging too, which is nice and convenient. But you always want to keep them on because otherwise you'll have some really pretty looking hands. Now when you get your tie-dye, it's going to come like this in a powder. The best thing about this, all you have to do is add water. It doesn't have to be hot, it doesn't have to be cold, just any kind of water. Put it in and shake it up. And you're ready to go. Now, to get your technique, you'll start with your shirt laid flat on your surface. Make sure that the surface you're working on is covered. I like to use plastic tablecloths because they're cheap and easy. You'll start off anywhere that you want to put your bullseye. Right now, we're going to work with the center. Pinch it right at the center and pull it straight up. Using your other hand and just guide it through like this. Then, you'll take your rubber bands. Attach the rubber band about 1 inch to 2 inches down from where you started to pull at the center. You'll continue this process, add another rubber band here, and keep going all the way down until your t-shirt looks just like this. Then you'll go ahead and lay it flat on your surface. Take your dye, give it another good shake, and then apply your color. And just squeeze it on out, just like that. And you can alternate colors, just like this. Just go maybe every other one, or even every two. Now repeating the same process by adding water, just take your next color. Start loading that dye on. A good thing to want to try to make sure is, as you can see, like right here, it kind of got a little meshed up. Mix the colors together. Normally it's not that big of a deal, but if you're working with more than 2 colors, your colors can kind of tend to muck up and get really muddy, maybe create a color you're not really interested in. So if you want, you can always leave a nice little gap in between your colors, just like this, because eventually the dye will bleed through. And then, once you're all done, you can flip it over and start adding it on the other side. Make sure you're not worried about adding too much or not enough in one particular spot, because you want to make sure it soaks all the way to the middle. When you're all done, you'll set that aside for about 4 to 6 hours, rinse it out, and then get a nice looking bullseye, just like that.
Hi, I'm Kristen Thompson with I Love to Create, and today I have a fun and easy tie-dye technique just for you. But before we can get to our fun, we have to prep. Always pre-wash your fabric to remove any sizing. Next, a flat covered surface, gloves to protect your hands, an apron to protect your clothes, and we're ready to roll. So now that we're prepped and ready to go, I want to show you how to do the folding technique. First, let's start by filling up our dye with some water. And what I like to do is only fill it up halfway first, put my top back on, and then give it a good shake. And this just helps the dye to dissolve a little bit faster inside the bottle. Give it a little shake, and then come back. Add the rest of our water up to our black wine. Give it another little shake. So now that that's all shaken up, we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you how to do the folding part. Now I personally like to fold my shirts once they've been dried after they've been pre-washed because it just is a little bit easier, but if you like, you can go ahead and make sure your shirt is damp before folding. Since I'm folding on a dry shirt, I'm going to, after I get it all rubber banded, toss it in a bucket full of water just to re-wet it, because we always want to make sure that our shirts are damp when we're applying our dye. So in order to fold, we're going to start this way because I want my stripes to go across like this. So I would turn my shirt on its side and begin folding on one side. I'm going to come up, kind of give it a little press with your fingers, bring this one back on the sleeve, and then you're just going to pick your shirt up a little bit and keep folding it over like a little accordion. And now we're ready to rubber band. So we're going to take this rubber band and we're going to start at one end and go in about roughly 2 inches and then just wrap it around. And you just keep going until you've got your shirt all the way up to the top. So I'm going to start at the bottom with one color. And you just squeeze it on just like that. And you can leave a little bit of space. I like to leave a little bit of space in between my rubber bands just to give me a little brighter white. You can go about 3, and then you can move into your next color. You don't have to stop at 3. You can keep going. You can have a majority of the shirt one color and then just a couple of lines of another color if you like. Now, because we want to get the dye on the other side, we're just going to take our shirt and very gently roll it and repeat what we did the first time. So starting at the bottom, leaving a little space. Once you've got your shirt filled with the color, go ahead and either wrap it in plastic or you can put it in a plastic bag. Let it sit about 6 to 8 hours. You'll cut off all your rubber bands, give it a good rinse, and there you go, a fun folding tie-dye technique.
Hey everyone, Alexa here, and today I'm going to show you how to make tie-dye socks. You'll need a Tulip one-step tie-dye kit, a plastic surface cover, and white 100% cotton socks. Start off by binding the socks with the rubber bands. Next, wet them in the sink and fully wring them out. Add water to the dye colors and shake them up. Now it's time to get your dye on. As you can see, I used a rainbow of colors. When you're done, cover it in plastic wrap and let it set for 6 to 8 hours. After they've set, rinse all the dye out of the socks. Then you can throw them in the washing machine. I love how bright they turned out.